What's up, everybody? Carpo, taking my lunch break at work. And I came out and I was sitting in the car and I was thinking about, it's like, well, maybe I'll just make a video real quick. I started trying to think of something, because I had a couple ideas the other day that I wanted to talk about, but I've been busy because I've been working. So I figured that's what I wanted to make my video about was how work keeps you from doing some of the things that, or in thinking some of the things, that your mind naturally wanders to when you have time to think. When your mind's constantly, engulfed with work and trying to function in society, it leaves very little time for personal growth, yet you can still do it. I mean, when I worked for myself as a carpenter, I would listen to like Manly Hall and stuff when I was working all day for like 8 hours, as opposed to music. And so I could do growth even while I'm working. But when I'm working with other people, I can't do that. I'm working with some peeps right now that are, they have a company where this one guy runs it and he has his buddy that works for him and whatever. And I kind of came on as like the third guy. So the main guy could go do his thing, could do the contractor work, because I know how that is when you're trying to run a business and do the paperwork at the same time. It's nearly impossible. And you have to have either a bookkeeper or be seriously motivated. And I like to just go to work and come home and then have my private time to think. When I'm working a lot and I have to do paperwork, I just can't. I don't have any time for myself. So, I've noticed that since I've been working again steadily, it's a lot harder to think of or to have the time to really think of things that I want to work on in life, and other than just putting to practice what you have learned. So when you have time to chill by yourself, you have time to think about new ways to be. But when you're working, you have to be the way you've learned to be. And as I guess I mean that you utilize the tools that you have taught yourself and try to put them to use. I mean, that's not for everyone. Not everyone is, does that, I'm sure. But I have this way of thinking about the latest things that I've learned, whether it be about family or friendship, and I end up, or tolerance, acceptance, any little thing, and I find a way to, I don't know, I find a way to incorporate it into my daily life. So no matter what I'm doing, even if I'm just, doing just general labor, I even put to test some of the things I've learned, like humility, and learn to be humble, and learn to accept the fact that sometimes, you can't always be doing the cake work. And that's that's for sure. And the last week I screwed my back up again, so I'm just kind of like, ugh. But, I'm working past it and doing what I can. I can't sit and complain about it. It's not going to do any good. But anyway, I guess my point here is that, work takes a lot of our time, and we all know that it's nearly impossible to develop a mystic lifestyle when you're working full time. You can come home and it takes you hours to unwind from your work method. I mean, I used to think when I came home from work I'd have that work feeling where I was just all intensely like just kind of, and I thought it was because I drank a lot of caffeine at work, or maybe because I took kratom or something, and and then the other day, I didn't have any caffeine all day, and it was still that way. So I guess it's just a natural work feeling, but it really bummed me out because it made me realize how much I depend on caffeine and things like that, and how I had to actually, not drink caffeine to see if that's what it was. But anyway, so I go back to work and I fall back into my old habits. I'm chewing right now, chewing tobacco so I can try to quit smoking again, and then I've got just I don't know, the paranoia that comes along with work. And that's when I worked for myself, I was too stressed out and I couldn't do it because I was always worried about the customers and this and that. And now at least working for somebody else, I can just still think about the things in life that I need to do in my off hours. So we're installing cabinets, but they're cabinets that were bought used, so that we're reinstalling reinstalled cabinets. And it just sucks. But it's not too bad. It could be worse. Could be putting in windows. So I hope everyone's doing well. Peace and love to everyone, and don't let work take away your personal time. Find a way to incorporate it, and it makes a much happier life. You don't have to work 40 hours a week. I have this thing about working 30 hours a week. It's always kind of my, you know, the European hours. And a lot of Americans would call that lazy, and I'm like, no, that ain't lazy. That's just, you work full time or work 80 hours a week if either A, you have a lot of money, a lot of people to support, and you don't make very much. B, you are just really into making money, or C, you're just so bored with home life that work is more exciting, and that's a lot of the cases, often that. But I love being at home with my family. So, peace and love. Have a good day.